here's your EOAlive weather forecast.
Hope all of you great end to the work week. Gabe Curtis reporting on this January 13th, brought to you by Valley Insurance. We're now in downtown LeGrand with open enrollment through January 15th. The sides have topped out into the 40s for much of us today, with the exception for that cold spot 39 in Joseph, warmer into John Day and Pendleton into the 50s. And out the door this evening, there are some scattered showers around, which will continue for some of us overnight tonight, dropping the majority of the area into the 30s, with the exception for warmer into LeGrand and Pendleton into the low 40s. We can see a dusting of snow as low as 3,500 feet. That includes Meacham, Baker, and Burns. Isolated spots up above that point you could see upwards of an inch, but not guaranteed until you get up above 6,500 feet, with upwards of 6 inches into our highest elevations. If you get lucky in your specific area and really don't see any precipitation, you have a slightly better chance to see a little bit of that fog in the mix. At the end of the day tomorrow, much of us will be topping into the 40s, with the exception for that cold spot 38 in Burns, that warm spot 57 in Pendleton. There will be some sun breaks for some of us off and on. More precipitation expected during the second half of the day, especially out towards Burns, where they could even see it be steady at times in the form of a bit of snow, potentially dropping a dusting of 2 inches out that way, elevations up above 4,000 feet. But a little bit different story up towards the northern half of our region, where I'm expecting that precipitation to be more isolated. We really don't have a good chance for widespread accumulating snow across the northern blues, and will allow us until you get up above 6, maybe 7,000 feet, with upwards of 2 to 8 inches into those high elevations. Heading into the day tomorrow, Fort LeGrand, it looks like this will start out into the low 40s at the 8 o'clock hour. Lots of cloud cover around, which could squeeze out just a few light showers, beginning with a breezy southerly wind flow, but nothing compared to what we've been seeing for the past couple of days. Those winds will gust up to 40 miles per hour in spots during the day. Generally, all of us will be dry at midday, with more sun breaks rising those highs into the mid-40s, but more of that thicker cloud cover moves in late day and through the evening, bringing more of that showery activity, but just in the form of rain, as those southerly winds will gradually transition to the east, but they eventually will, dropping those temperatures into the mid to the upper 30s overnight, setting up a few areas of a little bit of graupel and snow into Sunday morning, but not expecting any accumulations. But more precipitation late day will actually bring more of that wintry precipitation, which could bring a dusting of snow later in the evening, as those highs on Sunday top out into the low to mid 40s. As we hit in my 7-day forecast, by the time we hit daybreak on Monday, it's possible that a few areas could have already picked up upwards of an inch of snow, but that won't be the case for the majority of us, as that precipitation is already much more isolated by that point. But we could see a few snowflakes before that gets on out of here mid-morning. Then we go on to be dry with increasing sun breaks. That's the trend into early Tuesday, before the second half of the day brings thickening cloud cover, which could produce a few isolated showers in the form of a few raindrops, snowflakes, or a little bit of a grapple, but it's possible that your specific area may hold dry. Widespread moisture doesn't develop until midweek. That's when that snow level drops all the way down to 2,000 feet into early Wednesday, so that would be some light accumulating snow. Although I'm expecting that to mix with a little bit of rain, grapple, and sleet during the day before that could get just back to snow into the evening. But by that point, that moisture will become much more isolated. That's the trend into Thursday, but 24-hour totals could see 1 to 5 inches of snow for the mountainous valleys potentially, before we become mostly dry by the end of the work week, as those temperatures drop back into the 30s for highs and 20s for lows, as we see more sun breaks. This has been Gabe Curtis, bringing the most accurate forecasting you can get here in Eastern Oregon. Thank you to the folks down at Valley Insurance for sponsoring this weathercast, and I will be back on Monday. Have a blessed weekend.